What's going on, everybody? Oscar back. So today we are going to be doing another haul video. It has been about 2 months, I'd say, since the last one, so the time is right to do a new one. And this time around we are going to be talking about a hell of a lot of manga. I've got like 80 something volumes of manga that I have to get through, so I'm not going to waste too much time. We're going to jump right into it. I hope that you enjoy this video. This is not, for the most part, a manga haul channel. I do manga hauls like once every 2 months. It's also not exclusively a manga channel, as I sometimes talk about music. I do these things called vinyl journeys in which I talk about music. So if you sub to the channel, which I would greatly appreciate, I just want you to know that I just want you to know that going in, that this is not an exclusively manga channel, but I do appreciate anyone that wants to stick around because I have endless amounts of content. I'm always creating new stuff, and for the most part, so long as I'm able to keep doing this, I'm just going to keep pumping out content. And I want to get right into this because I got like 80 something volumes of manga to get through. This is my collection from July through August, and we are now in September. This is now September 2nd. Today is September 2nd, and I'm hoping to drop this by next weekend. So let's jump right into this. I don't want to waste any more of your time. Alright, so I'm not going to talk too much about these volumes because it's going to end up being way too long. But right off the bat, we got Summertime Rendering, and I did a video about Summertime Rendering, so if you want to check that out, it is on the channel. I got Volume 2 here, Volume 3, and Volume 4. I love this series. I cannot wait to get my hands on the other volumes of it. And like I said, I've got a video on the channel about it if you want to know more. Usually I talk a bunch about each of these things, but today I can't do it because I have so much stuff. It's going to take way too long to say a bunch of stuff. I've got Vinland Saga Volume 7. If you've never read Vinland Saga, it is a great series. It's even an anime. I've never watched the anime, but the series is really good. This is like pretty deep into this character's future after he'd experienced a lot of stuff growing up as a kid, and now we're like into them being adults, so that's pretty wild. Much later into the future. We got Junji Ito's The Liminal Zone. I will collect anything and everything that Junji Ito does. I've got a Junji Ito shrine behind me with tons of Junji Ito stuff, and pretty much anything this man does is gold, and I will collect it. Dead Demons did Destruction. I love Inyo Asano. I did a video about Goodnight Boon Boon. I also did Hey Have You Read? I do a video series called Hey Have You Read, and I talked about Dead Demons. I love this series so much. It's irreverent, and I cannot get enough of it. I'm going to be ordering Volume 11 soon. I don't know if I ordered Volume 11 yet or not, but yeah, I highly recommend this. A bunch of teenage girls during like an alien invasion, and it's really fucking adorable, and I have no complaints about it whatsoever. More Inyo Asano. We got Girl on the Shore because I love depression. Pretty much anything this dude does is going to be depressing as hell. Even Dead Demons has like moments of it that I feel like they're going to get really dark and really depressing. But this is unopened yet. I'm going to get around to it sooner or later. I just picked this up. I think I picked this up in July. I picked it up as a part of a Right Stuff Media haul that I'd picked up. I also picked up Nijigahara Hologram. This is a part of that Right Stuff order that I picked up, and I've got more stuff actually coming from Right Stuff, but that's going to be in my September, September, right? Yeah, September-October haul, so yeah, that'll be in my September-October haul, like more of the Right Stuff manga and whatnot that I picked up. We got Gomi Can't Communicate Volume 19. I love this series. I will collect this series without fail every single time a volume drops, even though I'm actually behind on like 3 or 4 volumes of Gomi Can't Communicate, but I plan on just owning it all. I really hope this doesn't end up being like 40 volumes or something, but if it does, then screw it, man. I'll have to like figure out a way to make room on the shelf to keep adding these volumes. Next up, we got one of my favorite series out right now. This is Jagan. I got Volume 9 and Volume 10 of this series right here. These I think dropped like 1 month after another. These are available in Spanish, I think German and French. They are not available in English, which is really lame. I really wish that Ghost Ship would pick up the series, or like Seven Seas or whatever that company's actually called. I wish they would pick it up because I think they would be a good fit for Jagan. I don't know if it's like a licensing thing or what's going on there, that that like nobody wants to pick the series up, or maybe it's just not profitable, or maybe there's something up with the licensing that maybe it's too much money, or there's some kind of issue or another where like nobody's picking up Jagan, and it really upsets me because the series deserves to be in English. And luckily I speak Spanish, so I've been collecting these normal editorial versions of it. And yeah, I fucking love this series, and I think it should be consumed. It should be read, especially if you like super fucked up psychological stuff. And Muniki Kaneshiro, I have another one of his in this haul as well, Blue Lock. He wrote Blue Lock, and he also wrote Jagan, so that's definitely double the reason to read both of them. Next up, we've got Die Dark. I love this goddamn series. I'm going to be doing a Let's review about this volume I've talked about. I did a Why You Should Read, and I did a Let's Talk about Die Dark already, and both of them done really well on the channel. I think the Why You Should Read's got like over 1,000 views. I think like 1,300 views altogether, which is pretty cool, especially for my small as hell channel. So yeah, I love this series. Outer Space Shenanigans by the same creator as Dorohedoro Kyu Hayashida, and I think she's a phenomenal mangaka, and I would buy anything that she does without question. Smoking Parade. Got volume 1, 2, 3, and 4. Smoking Parade is one of the better series that I have been reading lately. I love these two mangaka. They have created what is one of the wildest series that I've read yet. It's super gory, super dark, super screwed up. If you have read Dead Man Wonderland, it's the same two people that made Dead Man Wonderland. So that alone to me is like enough of a reason to go out and buy this series. It looks like some of it's running low. I don't know if they're gonna make more copies of it or not. I don't know how well it's sold. You know, that if that it'll end up back in print or not. But I definitely highly recommend checking it out, especially given how difficult it is to get your hands on like Dead Man Wonderland. And yeah, I talked about the series in my Hey, Have You Read video. So yeah, if you want to know more about it, you should definitely check that video out. Since we're already on the topic of Dead Man Wonderland, I've got the series right here. It's Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 4. Volume 3 will be here tomorrow, but I didn't have the patience enough to wait for Volume 4 to get here, for Volume 3 to get here before doing the video, so I ended up just pushing it up a day. I've got a 3-day weekend coming up because of Labor Day, so I kind of wanted to get this video done. Today's Friday. I wanted to get this video done so that I could start editing it for the holiday and whatnot. Maybe even possibly get it out this Monday coming up if I work hard enough and, you know, get it processed in 4K and everything, and get it out before the end of the holiday. Maybe even get it out holiday day on Monday. We've got Sakamoto Days Volume 2 and Volume 3. This is a great series. It's like if John Wick became overweight and opened a convenience store and had kids and decided he no longer wants to kill people. That pretty much makes Sakamoto Days. I love this series so much, dude. It's so much fun. It's so irreverent. The characters are a lot of fun. Those two right there are a lot of fun. And just, you know, pretty much the fact that this dude was a hitman and he no longer wants to do that. He wants to just be around his family, have his convenience store, and mind his own business. Doesn't want anything to do with anybody. Doesn't want anything to do with the world he was a part of before. And yeah, definitely check this out. I did it. I finally got on the train. We've got Solo Leveling Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. I can't front like I didn't fall head over heels into this story. This is my first manhwa, by the way. I don't have any other manhwa. I ordered the collection. I ordered the hardcover collection of Tower of God, so hopefully I'll have that. I don't know, I think it comes out in like November or something, so hopefully. I ordered the hardcover and the paperback because I had this thing happen to me with Summertime Rendering, where I'd ordered the hardcovers of Summertime Rendering and then the hardcovers didn't ship, and then the paperbacks sold out. Then I had to wait for the paperbacks to go back on sale, and now the hardcovers for Summertime Rendering are supposed to go live in like December or something, and I just don't have the patience to wait that long. But this is actually a really good series. I'm going to be doing a let's talk about the first volume. I'll probably maybe sooner or later start Volume 2, but yeah, I mean, I didn't want to read it, to be honest. I kind of thought it was like super overhyped, but it's actually good. And yeah, I want to see how much better it gets. So yeah, let's see what happens. Usually like I have a lot to say, but I can't do that today because I have so much stuff to get through, and I still have like a massive pile of manga that I still need to get through. But usually I say like 100 things about each volume of manga that I talk about. But sadly today I cannot do that. I kind of wish I didn't collect so much stuff, but it was just like between going to Orlando and just, you know, a lot of stuff that I wanted ended up back in print or whatever, and just I went way too hard these last 2 months. But I'm probably gonna end up calming it down a little bit in my September October haul. It might not be as big as this. This is my biggest haul yet, like 80 something volumes. And next up we've got Fujisan is scary, or no matter what you say, Fujisan is scary, and this is a great series. I think I talked about the last volume in my last haul video that I did, and yeah, I love this series, dude. It's so cute. This reminds me of like it reminds me of Hitomi-chan is Shy with Strangers, and I love Hitomi-chan is Shy with Strangers. That is a great series, and it was like one of those series that I've never checked out, but I'm glad that I did, and I'm also glad that I checked this one out. The characters in it are a lot of fun, and you know, I'm not really typically like I don't really collect a lot of this kind of stuff, but I have no complaints about this. And I haven't read volume 3 yet, but I did read volume 2, and I like where the story is headed, and I like her a lot. I think she's a great character. All right, let's keep the kind of romantic stuff going. This is the Apothecary Diaries. I don't know much about this, but I really liked the artwork, and that was enough for me to check it out. There's only like 5 volumes, I think, of the series out right now. The rest of it hasn't released in English yet. But I mean, it's really well drawn. I like that, you know, she creates like herbs or whatever, or like she was abducted and taken to this palace where she's like a slave now, and it's actually like a really good story overall. Like she gets involved in like this whole plot. As far as I know, I started reading it and I didn't get too far into it, as you can see. Got my bookmark right there. I didn't get too far into it. I only read like 2 or 3 pages of it, but I read the synopsis of it and it looks good, so I definitely am excited to check it out, and I'll probably end up picking up the rest of it as I get into it. So you may end up seeing the rest of the series in my next haul. So yeah, this is Apothecary Diaries. The maid I hired recently is Mysterious. This is so adorable, dude. Like, this series is so cute. I've got volume 2 and volume 3, and I can't get over how cute this series is. I love the little kid in it. He's adorable. I don't think he's on here. He's not on here. It's just a maid. But yeah, this story is, I think her name is Lilith, and like you can see, like here, and you see her eyes. I thought that was pretty cool that her eyes are purple. Murasaki. Her eyes are Murasaki. So that's pretty cool. A little risque, but I love that, dude. I love that her eyes are purple. Like in every one of these volumes, her eyes are purple. And this is from the 3rd volume. But I thought that was really cool that they did that, because you know, like how manga is usually all black and white, and they did that. And a really good one too is Colorless. If you haven't read Colorless by Kent, that's also for the most part black and white, but then there's like surges of color randomly throughout, and that is a really good series. Volume 2 I think is coming out pretty soon, so I'm excited to get my hands on volume 2 of Colorless. And yeah, definitely check this out. Watch the anime or read the manga, but I really recommend this just because of how, if you like really cute adorable things, then yeah, I think this is definitely worth checking out. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, Volume 2. I'm sorry, my lighting is crazy as hell, so it's like super bright. But yeah, Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible, Volume 2. This is such an adorable series. I haven't started this volume yet, but I'm going to start it soon. I have Volume 3 pre-ordered, so I should hopefully have that soon. I think it releases this month. Yeah, I think it does release this month in September. And so yeah, I'm going to be checking it out. Pretty much this dude is invisible to the world, and she will not let him be an introvert. And it's a really cute series, and I have no complaints about it. I'm really excited to get into Volume 2 and see how their relationship develops. So you saw this series. If you watched my Orlando haul video, you saw this series in it, and I picked up the first 2 volumes of it. I kind of wish that I would have picked up everything while I was there. There's Volume 2, Volume 1, Volume 2. There's 3. There's 4, or that's, I'm sorry, 6. I'm so used to just like being able to go in a row. 7 and 8. So yeah, if you saw my Orlando haul, then you saw that I picked up the first 2 volumes of Call of the Night, and so far I think this is one of the 2 of the series that I picked up recently that has meant so much to me. Like, as a person who is essentially like super nocturnal, and like I used to be really nocturnal because I worked a job at night, and even the job that I work now, when I first started, I was on second shift and I worked till like midnight, sometimes 4 o'clock in the morning, and it kind of made my sleep schedule all wonky. And even before that, like a long time ago, I used to work nights, and like I'd get out at like 3 in the morning, and I just got used to like being alive in the middle of the night while everybody else is asleep. And I can relate to this series where like she is a vampire and he is just some teenage dude. But there's so much love for the night in this series, and like it brings back those memories. You know, it brings back like that certain nostalgia for me of like when I worked at night like 6 or 7 years ago, like working at night, and it just, I loved it, and I've enjoyed every volume. I've enjoyed the first 2 volumes so far. I just finished volume 2, and I can't wait to read the rest of it. Volumes 4 and 5 are really hard to come by right now, but hopefully they'll end up back in stock soon, and I'll be able to get my hands on the rest of it. And I have volume 9 ordered, so yeah, this is a great series. I talk about this in my Hey, Have You Read video, so I'll just link that video below if you want to check it out. So yeah, this is a great series. I apologize for not saying more about each of these series, but there's no way I'm going to be able to do this and keep it short and be able to get through everything. It's going to end up being like a 2-hour video if I do my usual thing and like talk endlessly about everything. But I mean, like, if you have questions about any of the stuff that I've picked up, please feel free to ask. Please just ask in the comments. Like, if there's something that I brought up and you want to know more details about that manga, do not be afraid to ask me. I will answer any questions you have about any one of these volumes, about any one of these series. I even do videos. I've got tons of videos on the channel where like I go like super in depth into like everything, and I give you my initial thoughts on series. Like I do Let's Talk About, where like I give initial thoughts about things that I just started reading, and then I do like and I do like why you should read for things that I've read a bunch of that I think that you should read as well, and do kind of like the same thing where I just like give, you know, kind of like what you're going to get yourself into with the series and why you should get yourself into the series. And one of the series that I'm going to be doing a why you should read for is Seventh Garden. So this is volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, I think. Yeah, I just want to make sure because I had these kind of out of order. So there's volume 3, there's 4, 5, 6, or as I like to call it, bazongas, 7, and 8. So this is Seventh Garden, and I love this series so much. The artwork that this creator has done is phenomenal. I actually have another series by her over here that I kind of wish I would have put with this. That way I could have talked about them both at the same time. But I'll get to it later in the video. So yeah, Seventh Garden, really well written, really well drawn, like extremely well drawn. Like it's legitimately one of my favorite series that I've read this year. This and like Call of the Night are 2 of like my favorite series that I've read this year. I think this being my favorite series that I've read this year. I haven't finished reading it yet. I'm like in the middle of volume 6. I think 6. Yeah, I'm in the middle of volume 6, and 2 more volumes to go after that, and I seriously cannot put it down. I haven't been able to stop reading it because it's so damned good. So yeah, please be on the lookout for a why you should read coming up extremely soon, maybe in the next like 2-3 weeks, maybe a month. All right, let's do it. I kind of dug it out of the other stuff. Mages of the Library, volume 1 and 2. I have the rest of it ordered. I got it from Right Stuff, and Right Stuff is merging with Crunchyroll, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how you all feel about that, but I'm kind of worried. I hope that doesn't mean that like the super cheap, like well-priced manga, you know, and like just the great packaging and everything that comes with Right Stuff, I really hope that doesn't all go out the window as they merge with Crunchyroll, and that their manga doesn't suddenly skyrocket in price. Because I did pick up some stuff that like at first was listed at like $18 an hour, like $18, and it wasn't during the birthday sale. Like it was just, you know, in the store as $18, and now it's at like $20. and it went up $2. And this wasn't during the birthday sale; it just went up $2. So I'm kind of worried that stuff is just going to start going up. And if that does happen, you know what's going to end up happening is people are just going to go to like Amazon to get their manga cheaper, and then Right Stuff is going to end up losing money. So I mean that would fucking suck. Like, you consume a company and then raise the prices on stuff, and it's just like, why even bother, you know? And I just really hope that doesn't happen. I really do, because I 100% want to support Right Stuff, and I want to support, you know, like, companies that care about you and care about your interests. And it kind of sucks that they did away with, like, you know, like the more adult oriented stuff, even though like I don't collect any of that shit myself. But, you know, just the fact that they should be able to offer it to you, and now that's pretty much just gone out the window. Like, that kind of bummed me out. But, you know, it kind of got off what I was talking about. Mages of the Library. This is by the same artist, by the same creator as Seventh Garden, and I can't wait to get into this. Once I finish Seventh Garden, I'm going to get into this. I have the other 3 volumes of the series on the way from Right Stuff, so whenever they get here, I will definitely be jumping on this, and you will see a Let's Talk about Mages of the Library. My Dress Up Darling. I love this series, dude. I'm not gonna front. This is such a good series. It's so adorable and like kind of adult. You know, some of the stuff that happens. There's 4, 5, and 6. A bunch of these are sealed. And like I haven't really started reading the manga yet. I did start kind of reading volume 1, but I did watch the anime, and I loved the anime, so that was enough for me to want to collect this. And I have all of this right here. I got these 2 from Mercari, and then these I think I got from Right Stuff. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I got all of these from Right Stuff. And actually, no, I got this one from Amazon, and then I got these from Right Stuff. But yeah, I love the series. I will go on a little bit more of a rant. I just did my whole Crunchyroll rant. Why not just tear Square Enix a new asshole as well? Square Enix, what in the fuck, dude? So you're trying to become the EA of fucking manga. You're trying to become the EA of manga, dude, doing microtransactions. Like, what the fuck is that shit? Like, I'm glad that like I just pay for physical media, even though like I'm kind of worried that sooner or later they're just gonna start doing the same thing to physical media. You're just gonna see big black blocks over Marin's body parts, or just even other characters' body parts. But it's sad, dude. Like, stop, man. Just stop. If you don't want to see big black blocks over characters' extrusions or whatever, buy physical media. At least that's not censored completely yet. Yeah, this is a great series, and that's enough of my rants. Collect it. Got Inside Mari Volume 3. For Volume 5 was extremely difficult to come by. It's been out of print for a while, and it just kind of randomly came back into print. And I've seen people paying like $60 for it. Here's what, 6, I think? Yeah, 6, 7, and 8. And I got these from Mercari. Not from Mercari, I'm sorry. I got these from Right Stuff. I think I did get the first volume or something from Mercari, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe I'm just thinking of something else. I did pick up something. I think I picked up Blood on the Tracks from Mercari. Volume 1 of Blood on the Tracks from Mercari. But yeah, these are all Shuzo Oshimi, and I love Shuzo Oshimi. I just finished Volume 1 the other day of Inside Mari, so I'm going to be starting Volume 2 pretty soon, and I'm excited to get into it because I love Shuzo Oshimi, and I've praised like everything that Shuzo Oshimi does for a while now, like for a few videos, for maybe 4 or 5 videos now. Every time I do a haul, or you know, I did a Let's Talk about Happiness, which is his vampire story. So like, yeah, we'll praise anything and everything that this dude does. And this one's cool because this is a dude who was trapped in a woman's body. It's like a Freaky Friday type of situation where they switch bodies, and it's pretty wild because this dude has like such a great way of creating characters and creating really awkward, tense situations, and making the most mundane thing ever just seem so taut and suspenseful. And I don't think there's many people out there that can do that in the manner that Shuzo Oshimi does. More Shuzo Oshimi, Blood on the Tracks Volume 9 and Volume 10. I think there's like 3 more volumes of this coming. I have volume 11 in a cart. I think that actually drops in like a week or so. So yeah, I'll have that in my hands pretty soon. And as these get on, they're getting thicker. Like the first volume of this was pretty like not super big. So check it out. So this is the first volume versus like volume 10. And see how much thicker volume 10 is. And they're getting like steadily thicker, so I wouldn't be surprised if like volume 11 is like twice as big as volume 10. And yeah, pretty much anything that Shuzo Oshimi does, I will collect with a fervor. Like, I do not care, man. Like, I need to own everything that this dude does that gets printed into English. It needs to be mine, and I have no regrets about collecting pretty much everything this dude does, because he's just such a masterful storyteller. And no matter what he does, because he's done so much stuff, he's done comedy, he's done like horror, he's done body horror, and whatever he does, whatever he puts his hands on, you know, it's perfect. And I don't have any complaints about any of his works that I've read. And then we got more Shuzo Oshimi with Welcome Back, Alice. I love this series so much, dude. I think I talked about volume 2 in my last haul video. And I'm going to be doing a why you should read Welcome Back, Alice. This is right off the bat, I'm going to say this is not a story. This is not a series for everyone. This is a character that started out as a dude and becomes kind of like a woman. Though I don't think it's ever really made clear that this character is fully a woman, but just is rejecting like the male way of being, and no longer wants to be a man, or no longer wants to be considered a man. But at one point it felt like this character didn't want to be considered a woman completely either. So I'm not really sure where that 100% stands, and I'm cool with that, you know, because it's none of my fucking business. And I kind of like, for the most part, stay away from those sorts of topics, and just kind of don't put in my own personal 2 cents. But this is a story that like I really want to talk about, because gender identity and just, you know, like feelings of you know, the feelings within oneself, and coming up and trying to understand where you are in the world, and not being trapped by, you know, societal norms and beliefs and whatnot, and wanting to express yourself beyond that, and express the person within you that you consider yourself to be. It's something that I really respect, and I think that Shuzo Oshimi does a great job, you know, with this story and with this character in particular. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that I really want to recommend to people if you are open-minded and you don't mind, you know, a story that really does take, for the most part, like an LGBT type of turn, you know. And I, like I said, you know, I personally love this story. I love how open it is, and we should all just be a little bit more accepting of others. And I think this is a great starting point for something like that. Platinum End, Volume 7 and Volume 8. I decided to start collecting the rest of this series. I picked up Volumes 1 through 6 a while ago, and I kind of just left it at that, and I hadn't really picked up the rest of it. But I decided that I want to collect the rest of it. It's available through 14, so hopefully soon I will have all of it. Maybe eventually I'll do a video about it, but I don't know yet. We'll see. Slasher Maidens, Volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is a great series. If you don't know what this is, there's these young-ass girls that get these powers from wearing like masks and stuff, or like they get like mementos from killers and whatnot, and they put those mementos on from those killers, and they are able to fight like these crazy monsters and whatnot. And it's from the same people that made, it's from one of the people that made Akame ga Kill, and it's from the dude that drew Akame ga Kill. And yeah, this is a great series. I talk about it in my Hey, Have You Read video. So yeah, I mean, I definitely would recommend checking this out. It's kind of gory, not super over the top gory, but it does have moments like that. The artwork is solid, and yeah, this is a great series. I'm not gonna front, I am breaking a serious sweat right now. It's tough. Like, I'm trying to get through all this stuff. I'm like speed running, like any percent speed running this video. We've got Tomo-chan is a girl, volume 1, or volume 2, and there's volume 1. So yeah, Tomo-chan is a girl. I wanted to check this out because I've been kind of becoming a little more open-minded and wanting to read like more romantic stuff, and for whatever reason I just kind of like, I saw this and she's like a tom girl and that sold me, so I'm excited to check it out. I've only picked up these first 2 volumes so far. I have volume 3 in a cart, but I'm not going to buy any more of it until I see if I like it or not, and then once I decide that I like the story, I'll end up picking up more of it. And it's actually becoming an anime, which I think might already be out or might be out soon. Tokyo Revengers Barnes and Noble edition that I picked up in Barnes and Noble in Orlando, and this is the whole thing. This is the whole thing that even started my video in Orlando. I'd gone to Orlando and I was like, I want to hit up Barnes and Noble and like try to see if they have the Tokyo Revengers volume, and then I was like, I should make a video of it, and then that's how that whole video was born. So yeah, there's this volume right here. It's got a fold out poster, which is cool. And so there's the poster, there's Takemichi, and then there is Mikey and Draken on the back. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I haven't picked up the other volume yet. It's actually out, but I haven't picked it up. And yeah, this is cool because this is, like I said, you know, the exclusive version where you see Takemichi and his bleach blonde hair. So I think it's a cool cover. I think it's cool having it, you know, over the regular cover which is him older with his black hair. All right, let's rapid fire some stuff because we're at the 40-minute mark and I really want to like not have this video be an hour or longer. Chain Soldier, I thought it was okay. I didn't like it that much. Maybe it'll get better later. It's like a high school DxD ripoff, and yeah, it's okay. I don't have much to say about it. Blue Lock. This is a great series. It's in my Hey Have You Read video. If you hate soccer, that's okay, because this isn't just about soccer. It's about dudes with like really big egos trying to outdo each other. It's like Squid Game without the death and violence. It's really good though. And yeah, I mean, as a dude who's not really super into soccer, I enjoyed it quite a bit, so I think you can as well. Blue Period. I haven't started this yet. Samelporus. I haven't started this yet either. So I picked this up because I like the artwork inside. The artwork is actually really cool. I wasn't going to check this out at first because it just seemed like it was just going to be pointless, you know, like gratuitous nudity and whatnot. And there's actually like no nudity at all in this volume, which is pretty wild. But I do like the artwork and it looks like it's a decent story. I haven't started it yet, but yeah, I'm excited to check it out. All right, so let's I'll say a couple things about Blue Period. I haven't read this yet, but it looks good, and I like the artwork, and I wasn't going to check it out because I'd heard people say that it was okay, it wasn't that great. But I don't know, I want to check it out anyway, just because I want to form my own opinion about it. So once I check it out, and if I feel like it's worth making a video about or something, I'll do a why you should read. But it's pretty much like these kids that go to like art school. I haven't watched Whiplash, so I don't know if it's anything like that movie, but I heard Whiplash was pretty brutal, and like for a lot of people it wasn't like in any way, shape, or form accurate. But for whatever reason, like whenever I see this, I think of that movie, and since people kind of say like, you know, oh, this doesn't really relate to my like college experience, I kind of wonder if it's, you know, going to be good or not. So I've only picked up this first volume so far, and I'm not going to pick up any more of it until I read this, and if I like it, then, you know, we'll go from there. I'm legit sweating my ass off. If you're watching this in 4K, you could probably see the sweat just like pouring down my face. We got more Shuzo Oshimi, which I should have shown when I was doing my Shuzo Oshimi stuff. I haven't opened this yet. But like I said, I want to collect everything this dude does because I am a fanboy. And as you've already noticed, that like I can't stop talking about this man. But yeah, I don't know anything about the series. I don't know anything about it. I'm just going to go in blind. But it looks wild. And there's a big monster behind this girl with huge bazongas. And yeah, like I don't know anything about it, but it looks like it has to do with the occult. And these are big volumes. I don't know how long ago he actually wrote this series. This could be one of like the first things he wrote. Because he's been at it for a while. I think he's been at it for like 15 or more years, which is pretty cool. You know, and in that time, And in that time, you know, he's done some pretty prolific stuff. It's like everything that he's done has been pretty much lauded or praised or whatever. So I'm sure this is going to be good too. Orochi by the legendary Kazuo Umez. I think I have volume 3 ordered as well. I'm going to collect all of these. I like that they're in hardcover volumes. This is just like classic horror by a master. I need to get my hands on Drifting Classroom by this dude. I saw volume 1 when I was at Barnes & Noble, but I didn't pick it up because it was like $30-something, and it was like way over my budget. But I will at some point in time start collecting that as well, so I can, you know, add a bunch of this dude's work to my library. Speaking of legends, we've got volume 4 and volume 5 of Asadora by Naoki Urasawa, who is one of the greatest mangaka ever. I've got Monster right over there by him. I got Monster there, and then behind me is 20th Century Boys, and then I've got Pluto right over there. So I've got this dude's work just all over the place. This is one of my favorite mangaka ever, and I don't feel like this dude can do any wrong, so I have these volumes right here. I don't think volume 6 is out yet for Asadora, but I will collect it with a fever. I need to get Master Keaton as well. Like, I don't have any Master Keaton, so that'll probably end up being in one of my next hauls. Alright, I want to see if I can't keep this under an hour, so let's knock this out really quick. Shaman King volume, I think, what, 3 or 4 or something? This is volume 4. That collects in the smaller volumes 10 through 12, and then we got this one right here. I got this one because it was on sale. I wasn't going to pick it up, but it was like super cheap, just because like I've been collecting all of these volumes, and like I haven't really read any of it yet, though I did kind of watch the Netflix anime, and I picked this one up, which is 13 through 15. And I love like that these are like nice big omnibus volumes, and I'm just going to keep collecting them because I love the way the spines look. They look really cool, I think, so that's kind of enough for me to collect it. Though I've heard people complain that like the story starts to kind of like fall off a little bit, but I don't know. We'll see. I might not collect any more of it. I'm just gonna probably just stay to these 5 until, you know, I start getting into it and see how I feel about the story. Gaiju number 8. I love this story. I love this creator. This is Naoya Matsumoto, and I pretty much from like book 1, picking up Gaiju number 8, book 1 through 3, I think that this dude is doing a phenomenal job with this series, and with this dude who is a kaiju, like humanoid type of thing, you know, like I did a video about this. I did a video about this series called Let's Talk About, and I did a Let's Talk About this series, and yeah, I pretty much said a bunch of stuff about it there, but yeah, it kind of reminds me of Parasite, and yeah, I definitely highly recommend this. The artwork is solid, the action is solid, the characters are all really, really fun, you know, and yeah, I have no complaints whatsoever about the series. We got All You Need Is Kill. So this is the manga that inspired Edge of Tomorrow, and I haven't started it yet, but I definitely wanted to own it because it's a classic, and it feels like one of those things that like you have to have in your collection if you're going to be doing manga videos on YouTube. I don't know why, but I definitely want to read it. I'm going to read it at some point. I definitely added it. I don't like to just add things to my collection just for the hell of having them in the background. Though I do buy like a lot of manga, I do plan on going through all of it at some point and just kind of like, you know, I even try to like just read a bunch of it in a week. And usually when I do that, when like I read a bunch of stuff in a week, I end up making a video about it because I'm like, you know what, I should, you know, kind of put this to use in some way, like try to make content out of it. So yeah, I may end up doing a video about this. We'll see what happens. Maybe like do a video about like a bunch of series that are like, or not really series, but like stories that are like contained to like one volume or something. You know, like maybe I'll do a video like that and include this in it. That would be cool. I think that would be a cool idea. Alright, so next up, we've got Blade of the Immortal Volume 2, Volume 3, and Volume, 8? Where's 8? There it is. Volume 8 and Volume 9. And I decided to start collecting the series. As you can see, I'm kind of collecting it out of order. I've got Volume 1 right there. I've had Volume 1 for an eternity. I think I actually collected Volume 1 during one of my haul videos, one of my like really early haul videos. I think Volume 1 was featured in, and I'm kind of bummed out about Volume 9. I got it from Amazon because I think it was on sale, if I'm not mistaken. And look how beat up it is. This is one of those reasons that like I don't like buying manga from Amazon. So I mean that kind of bummed me out, and even right there, you can see, like, bums me out, dude. Because like I take care of my manga, and Amazon does not give a flying fuck. They package books and manga terribly, and this is the result. But I picked up 3 and 4 or 2 and 3 from Right Stuff, and then I picked up 8 and 9 from Amazon. But yeah, I'm gonna collect the rest of it. I'm probably gonna end up collecting the rest of it from Right Stuff, just because if Amazon is gonna be fucking up my books like that, I can't be having that. Let's do this. Blam 1, Blam 2. Oops, nope, that's not 2. That is 2. What am I talking about? Blam 2. It looked like a 5. Blam 3 and Blam 4. So we got some Blam. Got some Blam on lock, and this dude right here, Nihei, is one of the greatest mangaka ever. And look how big these volumes are, dude. They're so huge. And I love him. I love these volumes because they do some serious justice to the artwork contained within. And he's also got a master volume for Knights of Sidonia. Though I'm not sure if I'm going to pick that up because I'm not really super familiar with Knights of Sidonia. But Blam is a classic, and I actually have Biomega, I think, behind me. I thought I did. Or actually, is it over here? Yep, there it is, boom. I got Biomega over there by Nihei as well. And yeah, that was the first manga that I read by him, Biomega. And I actually picked up some of the last Biomega volumes on the channel. Like I picked them up in a haul that I did, I don't even know how long ago now. And there was an issue with one of them where like I got sent a textbook, like a high school textbook, instead of the Biomega volume, which I think was like volume 6 or something. And so that was really wild, and they actually ended up, I got it from Amazon, and Amazon ended up actually, replacing the volumes. But yeah, I mean, I'm so excited to have these, dude. I'm waiting on 5 and 6. I ordered those from Right Stuff, so hopefully I'll have them soon. But look at these, let's just look at these things, dude. They're so rad. They're so huge. So yeah, I mean, if you wanna like get your hands on these, I would get them right now, because I think they were gonna go out of print, or they were out of print for a while. Like I know Volume 1 was out of print for a while, and people were like charging like $60 for it. But they finally came back into print, and I couldn't wait anymore, and I got my hands on them. And yeah, I definitely recommend getting them right now before they end up selling out again, and then you have to wait months for plants to print more, because after the pandemic, everything kind of went to shit for like printed media and like for records and whatnot. So yeah, strike while the iron's hot. All right, let's do this. Hellsing Volume 2 and Hellsing Volume 3. This one's unopened. This one is opened because I was reading it. This is Volume 2. I read Volume 1. I was going to do a Let's Talk about Volume 1, but I decided to instead chill. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I might do a Why You Should Read Hellsing, or I'm going to do a Let's Review Hellsing. I'm not sure, like, what would you guys like to see? Would you like to see a Let's Review Hellsing? If I do a Let's Review Hellsing, it's going to be spoilers, by the way. Or I could do a Why You Should Read Hellsing, because it's a classic and I think people should definitely read it. So if you've seen my Why You Should Reads, you'll know that like I pretty much like try to avoid spoilers, or I try to avoid like a lot of spoilers, and just kind of like give you enough of the story that I end up trying to create intrigue, and like make you want to read it and make you want to check it out and explore the story, the characters and whatnot. And this is a classic. Like the artwork in here is so incredible, dude. And yeah, I definitely recommend reading this, especially with these big volumes like this. Usually I close these videos out by showing you a new Berserk volume, but I didn't pick up Volume 11 of Berserk this month. I ended up spending way too much money, and then buying that volume was just going to end up putting me even more over the budget that I wanted to spend, even though I already went way over budget as is. But yeah, I mean, at least I ended up picking up these. These are a lot cheaper. At least I ended up picking up these, and yeah, I have no complaints. But you will see that Berserk Volume 11 in my next haul in like 2 months, and maybe even 12 if 12 is out yet. So maybe I'll collect them both into that next haul video. So yeah, that was it. those were my picks. I need some water because I'm thirsty as hell. That was my haul video. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. For the people that like it when I do like super in-depth, reviews of stuff, I apologize if this wasn't one of those. And there was no way that I could do one of those given how much stuff I had to get through. I'm glad that you watched this video. It means the world to me that anyone at all watches this video, that watches the stuff that I make. I've been at this for like over a year, and like I really don't have that many subs. I think I have like 180 something subs, but I'm honestly grateful for everyone that hangs out and watches my videos, because I did it for a long time where like I legit had like 40 subs for like the first 6 or so months of this channel, and like I barely get any views. Even now I really don't get a lot of views, but honestly, the fact that anyone watches, that people comment on these things, and that there's conversation, that people engage and they engage with each other, and that was really cool, man. He's like, I wanted to build a community on this channel, and it feels like little by little there is like a small community that is building, and I'm cool with being a small channel because it means that there's a lot more tight knit stuff going on, and not being buried under a sea of comments. And yeah, I mean, I'm grateful to everyone that comes by, even if you don't sub to me, you just kind of hang out and whatnot, and say hello. That means a lot too. And like I said, if you want to know any more about any of the stuff that I picked up, please feel free to ask. I will answer any questions that you may have. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. My name is Oscar. Until next time we meet.